So traders, today I want to be covering gold, why gold actually looks like for a good bullish move. Also, but on the same note, silver looks like it could be potentially setting up for a nice short-term short trade on here. So I'm going to talk to you about that. I'm also going to be talking to you about the mining sector and also how looking at the markets of the mining sector. The mining sector is actually looking quite weak right now and we could be getting ready for another leg down. I'm also going to be talking to you about the stock market, such thing as the Dow Jones and the S&P and why there's a lot of volatility here and why if there's a move to the upside, it's going to be a false breakout and it's going to stock a lot of people in. I'm also going to talk to you about the false breakout that happened just recently on the Bitcoin market and how you can actually see when that was going to be a false breakout and what's happening through there. I'm also going to be talking to you about, guys, about some of the biggest mistakes that I made when I was $250,000 in debt. And I'm going to talk to you about the two major components, you and your trading system, and how you can, and the important things you need to do to start to really implement these things in your own trading to really supercharge your results this year. Let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, so let's get straight into today's update. We've got a lot of things I want to go through with you, so let's get straight into what I want to cover with you today. Let's start off with the good old Dow Jones. Now the Dow Jones right now, traders, has been an incredible move to the upside, right? Look at this here, from 32,500 all the way up to almost 38,000. And this is actually really interesting, guys. You know, like, I was actually just speaking with my private clients because I'm actually with my private clients, at least some of them, every single day the market's open, right? So we're doing some trading and then I'm also helping them out. So there's a lot of different things there, right? A lot of different things around these markets. And actually this is one topic we're talking about with these markets. And the reason why Bitcoin failed just recently, if you guys saw what happened with Bitcoin, and again, thank you to one of my members, Adrian, for bringing that to my attention, but Bitcoin failed. Why did Bitcoin fail? I'll get to that in just a minute, but the foundations of markets is what we're looking at here, right? And I've talked about this before in the past, and the market is like an energy field. And the energy field is that if the market makes a really big move up for a while, that's using a lot of energy. And then what happens, as you can see from here, look at this here, and made a tremendous move to the upside. Look at all that there. So that tells me that we had a tremendous move to the upside. That tells me that now what we need is now a lot more time or a lot more of a sideways movement to start to refuel that energy source that we went over, right? And so we see this all the time, and this is just how markets work, right? Look at this here. The last time we had a pretty strong vertical move was right here. Look what came afterwards. It came down, came back up, came down, came back up, came down, came back up, right? We started going sideways here. Look at this here, big vertical move. That was also followed by what? A big move down. So whenever you get these, even through here, right? Even if you had this big vertical move, look at here, we actually went overall sideways. Now we went up and down, but we didn't really evacuate the building, did we? Where'd that come from? Evacuate the building, right? So traders, actually, you know what? Question for you guys. A really interesting what you see. Where do you think the Dow Jones is going to end up? Do you think we're going to see a 40,000 plus print by the end of the year? Or do you think we're going to see what type of number? Really interested to see what you guys think in the chat box below. So let me know what you think. I personally believe that we're going to initially get a bit of a pullback, right? A bit of a drop in the markets through here. And then by the end of the year, we're going to make a really big rally above 40,000. I truly believe that myself. But I'd be really interested to see if you have a certain number in mind where you believe the market's going to get to, let me know, and let me know why you also believe that as well too. So I'd be really interested to see what's saying there. So for me, traders, there is no way that I'll be looking for a long signal right now, because if there is a bit of a breakaway bar through here, guys, guess what that's going to be? There is a 90% probability that is going to be a false breakout to the upside, and we're going to completely retrace it to the downside. And this looks really similar to what the Bitcoin did, right? The Bitcoin. So if I bring up my trading view now, my trading view and we look at the Bitcoin, look what happened with the Bitcoin. Where the Bitcoin? There we go, guys. There's one for you. The Bitcoin. So why is the Bitcoin failing right now? Oh, interesting. And this is where traders, what I do with my coaching and my training is I teach you fundamentals, how markets operate, how they work. That's the reason why, guys, I don't spend a lot of time looking at indicators, because the foundations is what I'm talking about here, and it works on all markets. And this is what I'm really going through here right now. You can actually, that second link in the description there, guys, that's actually linked to a free trading course I'm giving away. Phase number 2 and 3 is all about the chart reading stuff. So if you need help with that, then make sure you grab for access to the free trading course. That's that first link the second link in the description there. But when looking at this level here, as I said before, about like, why is this completely failing right now? We've got to look at this here, breakout. Oh, here we go, right? And for you guys who have been watching me now, you'll be know for the last sort of maybe couple of days, I've been saying, oh, we get a breakout, it's going to be a false breakout, right? This is how powerful this stuff is, guys. And this is why, like, for me personally, I teach you how markets work. So you want to trade Forex market, the futures market, the stock market, doesn't matter what market you want to trade out there. Guess what? The stuff that I teach is fundamental of how markets work. I just went to the indices in the stock market and I'm talking about a pattern, and now I'm going to the Bitcoin market because they all operate the same way. And when they start to do this, a very big move to the upside, and then we only have a little movement to the upside and we get going again, guess what that's going to be? Oh, why is this failing through here? Because it's a false move, right? We need a lot more refueling in the markets. It's so powerful. I hope you're getting this, guys, because guess what happens? Most people are getting sucked in right now and getting in on these massive false breakouts because it hasn't had enough movement to the upside, right? I always like an equal balancing of time. Look at this back here, right? Here's an example here. Look at this here. Up. Little sideways movement. Why did that fail? And then it went what? And then we started getting this here. Hang on a minute. That breakout, why did it fail? Oh, look at this here. Why? Because we had this very big move to the upside and we only had this little bit of a sideways movement and then we get going again. See how it's pretty much identical, right? Pretty much identical. These patterns repeat again and again and again, and these false breakouts repeat again and again and again and again. And this is how markets operate. Now, yes, traders, there are the 10% of the time that the market says, screw your false breakout, and away we go, right? Yeah, that's the 10% of the time. But traders, what I want you to be doing is having a foundation of having a really good approach so you can be successful for the rest of your life, right? Not focusing on something that happens 10% of the time, something that happens 90% of the time. You see what I'm saying there, right? So that's what I really wanted. That's what I'm all about. I'm all about teaching you and helping you and coaching you from there when it comes to, you know, the patterns in the markets and what's happening through here. And this is what's happening right now with this Bitcoin chart. So if I go back over to the stock market, look at the stock market here. Look at this here. Right, completely big move up, and then now we're doing this through here. So we get something like that, guys. Looks pretty much identical to what the Bitcoin did. The Bitcoin, there we go. Why am I calling it the Bitcoin for? There we go. The Bitcoin. If we do something like that, like the Bitcoin's doing right now, we're going to get a false breakout. This is so powerful stuff, guys, because half the battle with most of you trading the markets is not getting into trades that is false moves. Right? Because some of you guys are like, I'm going to get in, I'll get in. And just understanding this one technique, that if the market has a very big move up, aka, look at this here, very big move up, this is just how markets work. So if you try to get in, if you try to get in up here, after it's done a very big move, you're like, oh, I don't know about that, right? And this is where, guys, like for me personally, I always like to use I use this in conjunction, especially with my trading system. I use this in conjunction of what's called a 52 moving average, right? And the way that I'm liking in this is that if we have a very big move up and we get too far away from the moving average, guess what's likely to happen? We're just likely to get a pullback to it, or at least go sideways and let the moving average catch up, and then we can start to do what it's going to do, right? So if we're going up through here and we do this here, Look how far away we are now from the moving average. We're probably going to we may even do something like this for a bit and let the moving average start to catch up. So trying to catch along here And that's where, guys, once again, with my trading system, I'm looking for the best of the best trades. And guys, that first link in the description there, I'm running a webinar today. On the webinar, I'll teach you all the steps and all the details to what I call the A quality setups that over 90% of the time are going to make a profit. Now, they don't come around that often, but they're amazing high quality trades that when they do come around, they're just incredible and they're amazing. It's one of the most powerful setups I've traded now in my last 20 years of trading, guys. That first link in the description there, click on that, go join the webinar. I'll teach you for free on the webinar. So after the webinar, you can actually start to apply it in your own trading straight away. So looking at this level here, that's why I'm waiting for, guys. That's why with the stock market here, it's like, just like with the Bitcoin, right? Just like with the Bitcoin. The Bitcoin, it just had a very big false move to the upside and same sort of reasons. But even without the moving average, even if I take the moving average off and we just look at the chart itself, which I know a lot of traders, they find it hard. And this is where traders, I was talking with some of my clients today, and I was telling them that how most of my time in the past had been focusing on the indicators. And because I was focusing so much on the indicators, I was spending all my time focusing on this one here and not getting good at reading the market itself, right? The chart itself. But as you can see from me, traders, and for you guys that have been following me, I'm all about teaching you and helping you and getting you to understand that what are the fundamental powerful things that apply in these markets every single day, that if we stick to that and become good at that, that's when the needle moves, right? There's out of 100 different things out there, right? The 80-20 rule. The 80-20 rule is this: 20% of the efforts make 80% of the results. Most people, the 80% is all this other fluff and crap. Then you start to look down on these few precise things like what we're talking about here can really, really make a big difference to your own trading there. The S&P 500, same sort of thing, right? Same sort of thing. We're not ready yet. We are not ready. It's not ready yet. What I mean not ready yet is this. We haven't refueled enough, right? Look at this here. Up, 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 up. And then look what happened. Bam, on the downside, right? Up, 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 down, down, down. Up, 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 down, down, down. Up, 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 down, 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 down. Right? So what I'm trying to share with you guys is that, look at this here. Once again, very, 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 very big moves to the upside. We've used a lot of energy going up. And now what we've done is just this. It's not ready yet. What do I mean not ready yet? It's like you go into the gym, right? You go into the gym and you've done a big workout. Right? You've done a big workout there for an hour. If you have a 10-minute break or 20-minute break, even a half an hour break, are you ready to go for another big hour workout? Right? It's like me when I used to do F45. I used to do F45. After F45, guess what? You are done. You do an F45 workout. F45 workout. Guess what? You need a day rest, right? Because that thing kicks your butt. I'm not going to do an F45 workout and then come back half an hour later to do another F45 workout. There is no way. There are skiers and ropes and jumps and handstands and assault bikes and everything going on, right? That's what this market's all about here. So not yet, right? Not yet. It's not ready yet on the markets through here. Let's go look at the good old Nasdaq. And looking at the Nasdaq through here, that majority level that I'm watching for still is around about this area through here, guys. All right, so I'm looking at this area through here. Look at this here. All this resistance all through here. All this. You see how sometimes, guys, when I'm looking at the market, sometimes we try to find out exact, like this is the exact level of support or resistance. Not for me. For me, I always find that there's more like an area, right? So it's more like, as you can see, this whole area through here, slightly below this line, slightly above, that's more like an area of support. So that tells me that that's where that line is there. The reason why I'm saying that is if I go back to my daily charts now, I can see once again what has actually happened through here, right? It's done what? Up, sideways, and then up again, and now we're doing this. Guys, once again, I truly believe that we could be getting ready for something like this to happen come soon, right? And then which will create what? Which will create an overall move up, which will create an overall move up. Then it'll create an overall move down to create a higher low, and then potentially do something like that, right? So that's what we want to be looking out for. We really, really, really want to be focusing on that when it comes down to the stock market and what's happening through there, guys. Really, 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 really important when it comes to that in the markets from there. So that's what I want to share with you there, guys. Actually, let's go check out the Russell. Let's go look at the weekly chart here. The weekly chart just gives me a really big sort of trend here. I can see how this weekly chart had a very big move up. Remember I said before, guys, when we get a very big move up, actually if I go back to the daily charts now, because look at this here, traders. Very big move up. What's happening? Big pullback. See, that's the same thing, right, guys? So whenever the market's made this big move, do not be trying to get into it. It's going to be doing what's happening right now. Bitcoin, people are getting sucked right into it big time. No, stay away. You click no button, all right? You click no button. Take the mouse, throw it in the pool, flush the pool, all right? That way you can't click the button and you'll have to go down in the shop and get a new mouse. And by the time you come back, the Bitcoin trade has been done. You didn't lose any money. You just lost $10 from from a new mouse instead of losing 50 grand, right? And so what I'm seeing through here on the good old, I believe this could be a bit of a breaking out here, right? So we see this level through here, right? Up, down. When the market does this, sometimes we can start to get a bit of a breakout, which breaks above this resistance level here. Then we start to come back down, and then we start a bit of an upward trend from there. So I believe that this through here could be what we're seeing right now in the market. So we could be seeing a bit of a pullback, something like this, and then away we go as well too. So that's what I'm seeing through there on the good old Russell there, guys. I do believe we're likely to get a bit of a pullback, more of a pullback soon, or even just a bit of a sideways movement. So we could be getting something like this here. But I believe for the next few months, we're probably going to be pretty quiet when it comes to these indices anyway. Not the actual stock market. Like all the stocks are going to make moves, right? There's always stocks making big moves and stuff like that. So that's where traders do not be taking what I'm saying through here and applying it to every single stock in the market. Because there's stocks that are in bear markets, right? The stocks make for 52-week lows, 52-week highs, sideways, bull markets, bear markets, false breakouts, get ready to have a nice move, all that sort of stuff on the individual stocks itself. So let's go look at the GDX from here. And the GDX trade, look at this here. This is something I've been watching really, really, really closely. And it's now perking my interest looking at this level through here. And call it a flag formation. But this is actually not looking good for the mining sector right now. It's not looking good for the mining sector. Right? Because we have this move down and then we've had this move through here. And it's been, look at this here, it's been very, even though we're going up, right? We're going what? We're going slow up, aren't we? We're very slowly going up through here. And this is what we don't want to see. We do not want to be seeing something like slowly going up. We want to see what? We want to see, okay, let's go. Bam, come up through here, come a bit of a pullback. Bam, away we go. Right? We want to see the buyers really come in strong. Due to the fact that they haven't come in strong just yet, tells us what? Tells us that even though the market's starting to potentially slowly increase through here, there could be a bit of a change. There could be another move down coming soon out of the mining sector. The mining sector is actually not looking quite strong yet. So that's what I'm seeing through there on the GDX. Let's go through the GDXJ as well too. And look at this here, guys. Like we've had this overall move down, an overall move up. And what I'm looking at here, guys, I'm just seeing I need to have someone more strong than the others, right? This is weak, strong up, strong down. So what I need to see is if the market's going to be strong up, we get strong up, and then we want to see something like that happening. So this is the buying leg, strong, selling leg, weak. Oh, okay, who's winning out of this level here? Oh, the buyers, because if this was a boxing match, buyers in one corner, sellers in the other corner, who's winning? Who's all right? If this was a 5-round match, UFC match, ding, 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 right? And now it's time, right? Bruce Buffer, right? You guys know that if you guys watch UFC anyway. Right? This is the buyers here, the B for buyers. This is the sellers. After five rounds, we've gone to the judge, and it goes to the blue corner. The buyers win, right? That's the that's the commentary, right? Why? Because the buyers are very strong, and then when the sellers try to come back in, like we're very, very weak, right? What does that mean for the markets? I want to see, out of both the buyers and sellers in one market, I want to see who's more dominant in the markets, right? I want to see one side clearly showing me that they're more dominant, and then I want to be going with them. Now, unfortunately, sometimes you get stuff like this, right? You get the V tops, right? V tops, and also V bottoms. All right, so V tops and V bottoms. So sometimes you get that, and sometimes you're like, there's no one clearly going on here. So the purpose of me saying this right now on the GDXJ is, guess what? There's not really a lot of stuff going on here, right? There's not a lot of good strength. We're not really getting good moves up, good moves down. So there's not a lot of strength happening right now when it comes to the good old GDXJ. Let's go look at the SILJ, and let's apply the exact same analysis. We had the double bottom. We had the projection. It hit the projection, completely went up, actually hit that level of resistance there, and now we're coming back down again. So let's go look at this here. Let's go look at the weekly chart here. Ooh, see, the weekly chart is actually quite, look what the weekly chart's doing, right? So the weekly chart has actually come down and come back up through here. So we could be getting ready for something like that, because we actually, that was a lower low through there. Interesting, traders, because this is what's happened. This is what's been happening here, right? If I'm going to draw the lines, that's what's happening through there, right? We actually had a on this weekly chart anyway, right? Double top, breaking down, lower low, lower high, and then breaking down again through there. See that through there? So that's what we're looking at through there on the SILJ. Looking at the daily charts, once again, not really much going on there, but we are starting on that weekly chart. Looks like we're starting to get a bit more weakness from that through there. On the daily charts from there. Looking at the daily charts now on the SIL. Once again, guys, pretty much the exact same sort of thing that's happening right now on the daily charts. Not really too clear here. Very, very strong. There's no real strong dominant, but if we have a look at this weekly chart through the weekly chart, there's actually a major level of support around that level through there. Whenever I say that, guys, whenever I say that, when I'm like, oh, there's a support level there. I had one person say, John, tell us the number. Some people are feeding their cats. It's like, don't feed the cat. Look at the chart, right? That's how we get good as traders, right? Trading the market is about pattern recognition and then going with that pattern, right? So put the cat down for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, however long this video is, all right? But what we are seeing, right, is what are we seeing through here? We're seeing an overall downward movement from there to there. So that's not a perfect support resistance, by the way, guys. I'm just representing that the overall movement's coming down. So we could be getting ready for something like this, right? And then maybe potentially another move down towards these lows through here. So that's actually, the SIL is actually not looking too good from that point from there. Let's go look at the good old silver market. Silver market, guys, is still stuck in this overall triangle pattern, isn't it? Look at this here. And today, recently, we've actually just been going sideways through here. So looking at this level through here, even looking at the hourly charts, so let's do this here. So let's go to the daily charts here for a minute. Okay, there's nothing really there, no. Okay. I'm just looking for a potential trade here that might be happening, but nothing really there. If I go to the 15-minute chart as well, actually, you know what? There may be something. Okay, so what we have through here, so that's that short-term level of support resistance all through there. I'm just looking at the support and resistance levels, and we definitely do have something else going on through here as well too. So something through there. Just looking at a potential trade here, guys. Potential trade that may be forming. Maybe if I go down to the... And what I'm looking for, guys, just so you know, is I'm looking for, remember I said before, I'm looking for up and then either sideways like that or down and then sideways like that, because it tells me one side's winning. See what we're getting through here now, guys? Look at this here, all right? So, and then I'm looking for my entry candle off that as well too. Again, guys, that first link in the description there, guys, go join my webinar and you'll be able to see exactly the pattern, the rules, the step-by-steps, the guidelines, the entries, the examples, all sort of stuff. You'll see what I'm looking through there. That's not what this is all about, but I'm just sharing with you a bit of basics of what I'm looking for. So we get to that through there. So if we get a bit of a breakdown here soon, especially if we get a bit of a time and then we get a bit of a breakdown, there could be a nice, good movement coming out of silver soon, coming down to around about this level through there. Let's go look at the 5-minute chart as well. Yeah, the 5-minute chart. Look what's happening in the 5-minute chart as well too. So there could be actually something, yeah, there could be something quite nice coming out of this level here, guys, real soon. Again, that's that support resistance level we'll be watching out for. So if we did get a move, all right, if we did get some sort of a move coming out of this level here, possibly even on the 5-minute bar, if we did get something like this happening, guys, again, probably maybe need a bit more time, but something like that happening on the silver market, then we're probably only going to get down to around the $22.60 mark before we start to find a bit of support resistance there. Anyway, I just went deep on your all. Went deep on your all. Anyway, so that's that level. That's those levels through there on the short-term level basis. Doesn't mean it's going to stop there on the 2250, guys, as you can see here. But if it does break that 2250, then the next level is probably down there around the $22 mark, which actually it may even actually head down to there, guys. After all, we may get this here and then have a very nice move on the downside. So that's what could be coming out of the good old silver market, which I'm going to be watching for very nicely. Let's go look at gold. Now, gold, guys, what's happening with gold? Gold is someone's clearly in control, right? We're looking at the buyers, looking at the sellers. Look at this here. Strong move up, come down, higher, low. Strong move up, come down, higher, low. Strong move up, come down, higher, low, right? So we're now getting what? Lows, higher lows, higher lows. We're getting these higher highs and higher lows. So who's clearly in control out of the buyers and sellers? We've got the buyers here. So we've got this pullback. So that tells me that it's really interesting, right? Look at silver's like, we may be getting ready for a bit of a drop to the downside here. At least the short-term drop on that shorter time frame charts, hourly charts, 15-minute, stuff like that, right? We may be getting ready for that. But looking at the gold market, one thing I'm looking for is that if we start to get something like this and we start to get something like that happening, guys, oh my goodness. I'm ready to do a moonwalk out the back door, a backflip, even though I don't know how to do one. And maybe a handstand, even though I don't know how to do one. And so, guys, this is the reason why, and the reason why I'm getting excited about that is look at this here. This is compressing up. The squeezing pattern is real, and this is something major happening with gold right now. Look at this here. Look at that squeezing up pattern. If we break out here, guys, it is going to go absolutely nuts, right? Absolutely nuts. So that's what I wanted to share with you there, guys, with this level through here. What I want to talk about right now, guys, is I'm just going to go through a bit of a rant about when I first started and some things that really helped me out when I first started and how I lost $250,000 and I kept moving, and then how I kept moving forward here. Okay, so this is a bit of a mindset talk, guys. For you guys that are after technical analysis, this is over now. For you guys that want a bit more mindset stuff as well too, that's going to help you. Then that's what this is all about when it comes to your trading and stuff like that. So when I first started trading, guys, about 20 years ago now, right? I started literally trading 20 years ago. When I first started trading, guys, there was two different components to understanding about trading the markets, right? There was two different things that I didn't understand, and it took me a long time to actually understand. There's two different components to becoming a professional in trading the markets, right? There is you, which is what actually goes into a successful trader. What are the laws? What are the habits of a successful trader, right? Because if you look at all successful traders, you'll see that they all have the same type of a habit. Right? They have the same type of, not the same trading system, but the same habit. And what are those habits, right? And again, I made a lot of mistakes, which caused me to go $250,000 in debt, and I almost went bankrupt from there. Now, there are habits, right? There are habits that caused me that. And one of the biggest habits, now this is me being completely honest with myself when it comes to that. Oh, no, by the way, guys, the biggest mistakes that I made, after going through that $250,000 in debt, I actually started to build up this thing here, this PDF here. By the way, this is actually in that free trading course, guys. That second link in the description there. When you get access to the free course, this is this PDF here, which is the top 13 mistakes and how to overcome them, right? And stuff like that. This all here, you actually get this PDF in that free course that I give you. That second link in the description there, guys. And that's when I started to develop this one through here. And there's so much stuff here that really made a difference to my own trading through here, right? So the big thing, guys, is that I had to, if I wanted to actually start being real, right? And this is for you guys. If you actually want if you want an amazing 2024, then it's important that we have a hard look at ourselves and say, okay, then there's two different types of components. There's you, and then there's this, and then there's your approach. So what a successful trader does is what? Most people who don't make money in the markets is because they go to the markets and they just say, well, let me try this. All right. Let me try this. Let me try that. Let me try this. Let me try that. Right. So it's let me try. And then they're just trying to, oh, well, this looks like a good buy to get into. Right. And they get into it. But if you look at what a successful trader does, who does really well over a long period of time, what does he do? How does he trade the markets? Well, he's very consistent. So he has his times in the markets from there. And so what I mean by consistent, guys, is that he's very consistent. Like, for example, for me, the way that I trade the stock market is I'm always looking at the last half an hour before the market closes. So I'm consistently every day looking at the market at that time. So that's the consistency approach. If you're consistent every day, cool, you're part of there's that 3 pillars to a successful trader. Now, the discipline side, there's consistency. The discipline side is what? The discipline side is that you're consistently looking at the markets, but you're disciplined enough to say no to anything. And you're disciplined enough to only be taking trades that meet a proven criteria for yourself. And that's where that's where knowing what to look for, right? Knowing your setup. So there's a lot of successful traders out there, but one thing they have is they're consistent. They show up every day, but they're disciplined with their approach. They're disciplined to say, I'm looking to get into a trade right now, or I'm looking to get into a trade right now, and this is not a trade that actually meets a criteria that I'm looking for. So therefore, I'm not going to get into this trade, even though I think it's going to make money. Right? That's the differences from there. That's their discipline. And the other one is the big one is patience. This is a really, really, really big one. See, for me, guys, I don't trade every day. I'm actually a very, very, very patient trader. I don't know about you guys. If you guys trade a lot, if you're looking to get in and get out every single day, I guarantee you, right, you're losing money. I don't do that myself. I'm like a sniper. I apply the Warren Buffett method to trading. Warren Buffett does what? Analyzes books, researches, reads annual reports, reads the PE ratios, the balance sheets, all that sort of stuff, looks at all these different companies, where they're at right now, what's happening with them right now, reads research, and then he has the sniper approach. And when he's found something that he knows is almost a home run, right? Then he knows I'm going in hard. That's how I like to trade with my trading. I'll wait, patient. I'll wait as long as I have to for those type of setups. I'll wait as long as I have to. I would rather take one really good trade a month that could potentially make me multiple 400-500% return than try to take 20 trades a week trying to make, 10% return. You see what I'm saying there? So to me, I have always found for myself anyway, having that sniper approach of trading setups that I know have a massive probability of not only being a successful trade, but have the potential of having a really big move. Now, we never know how big the move is, so we need to have management areas, right? It's what I call this is something that I think a lot of people miss when it comes to the especially this one here, right? Again, this is the PDF, guys, in that free trading course there, second link in the description. But the 3 management areas, 90% plus of most traders' time is spent on trading the system and not focusing as much money and focusing on and making as much money as they can, and they totally not focus on these areas which can make or break a trader. How to overcome this mistake? Spending time and focusing on getting better at trading getting better at not only understanding these 3 areas, but implementing them into your own trading system. You see, you have a trading system, and then 3 areas help you minimize risk and loss and increase your reward. The 3 areas are your risk management, your money management, and your trade management, right? In this free video series, I go through there, right? So this one here, risk management and money management, and also trade management. This trade management is a big one. For me, trade management is all about trade management to me is when a trade's not working, and I do have losses, when a trade's not working, I'm out fast for a small loss. When a trade is working for me, how do I move up my stop loss or protect my profit So I can't make a loss on that trade while letting the trade run, right? And so that's probably a big thing there. So therefore, I'm after trades high win-loss ratio and the opportunity to capture some big moves. They may last, especially on the stock market, they may last 2, 3, 4 weeks on in the markets from there. And so this is some things, guys, that when I first started trading, I had no idea what I needed to do. So if you want to become a really good trader in these markets here, if you are not starting to follow this principle here of consistently showing up every day, looking at the market at the same time every day, being disciplined with your approach, which means you have some sort of a system you're looking for, and you're looking for those patterns, consistency, discipline, and then being patient enough, understanding that there's not going to be trades every single day. And then from that process, you start to become good. Again, but that's the foundational laws of every single successful trader you see. They consistently show up every day. The discipline to only be looking for setups that meet their plan or their pattern that they're looking for. And then they're patient enough to sit there, and if they have to wait a whole week, a whole month for a really good trade, that's their job. They're patient enough for that. If you start to apply that to your own trading, guys, I promise you, 2024 is going to be an amazing year for